I want to go to Congressman Peter Meijer right now. He has claimed this is a situation, a bad one. It's going from bad to worse. He, of course, flew to Afghanistan this week. He says Congress needs to reclaim more powers, authority. Congressman, very good to have you. Could you explain what that would involve?
Absolutely, Neil. I think this conflict would have looked very differently if, say, every 2 years, each member of Congress had to affirmatively say we should continue or we should stop our mission in Afghanistan. Not just the questions they would be forced to ask the administration, but the answers every administration would have to give, the clarity they would have to provide. I think it's essential we get back to that constitutional basis so we do not let these conflicts spin out of control with the mission creep and drift that we've seen.
You've expressed concern about the rest of the folks we left behind and whether they'll ever come out now that our soldiers are gone. How do you think that goes? The administration has expressed confidence in the Taliban that it will allow these various services to do just that. I don't see anything hinting of that of the Taliban, but I could be missing something. You were there. You know what the conditions were like before everyone left. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, it was utterly chaotic at those gates. Our soldiers and Marines who were identifying who needed to be rescued and trying to get them through did everything they could. But this chaos could have and should have been prevented from the outset by the Biden administration. Now, when it comes to what we do about those who are left behind, it's very easy if you're sitting in an air-conditioned office in Washington, D.C., to trust the assurances of the Taliban. If you are on the ground, if you are hearing stories of people getting pulled out of their houses and executed, that's not something you want to bank on. You don't want to bank on that mercy or what could, and more likely than not, are just empty promises of amnesty on behalf of the Taliban. So we're working continuously to get American citizens or permanent residents and the loyal Afghan allies who put their lives on the line for the U.S. mission out. But it's increasingly difficult now that we do not have that airport open. I'm optimistic that hopefully Qatar and Turkey will be able to reopen it, that hopefully the Taliban will permit folks to leave. But again, all we can do right now on that front is hope and work on our contingency options if that's not the case.
Congressman, you serve your country very honorably. So when you heard those in leadership criticizing your trip and your fellow congressman's trip, I'm curious what you made of that and whether you would do it again, because they don't want any congressman of any party to do that.
No, again, sorry. Yeah,
no,
I mean, our goal was to be bipartisan in this approach, to get on the ground as quietly, as quickly as possible to accomplish our oversight mission, to better understand how we could support the evacuation efforts and filter the information on who needed to be rescued to the right people at the right time. Because, again, our soldiers, Marines, sailors, airmen, they were put in an impossible position. When it came to the backlash, I was frankly not surprised. I think this administration has tried to control the narrative. They do not want this to be the focus. They want to get back to a domestic agenda, to the $3.5 trillion budget reconciliation, to all the other components that, frankly, President Biden cares a whole heck of a lot more about than the future of Afghanistan and the people we're leaving behind.
All right. The Democratic Congress you travel with, he said essentially the same thing. Sir, thank you very much. Good seeing you. Be safe.
Thank you, Neil.